You heard a bird sound once that stopped you completely. You have never heard it again. A bird visited your feeder every single morning. Then one day it was gone. You never saw it again. A bird looked directly at you, not flying away, just watching, and you felt, without being able to explain it, that it knew exactly who you were. These are the bird questions nobody answers. 6 of them, right now. Welcome to Known by Birds. Every answer in this video comes with the actual species, the scientific name, and the real research behind it. Stay until the end, because question 6 is the one that unsettles people the most. Question 1. You heard a bird sound once that stopped you in the middle of whatever you were doing. A sound unlike anything you had heard before. Flute-like, spiraling, coming from deep inside a tree, and then it was gone. The bird is the wood thrush, Hylocichla mustelina. The wood thrush is considered by ornithologists to produce one of the most complex and beautiful songs of any bird in North America. Its voice contains 2 independently controlled sound sources in its syrinx, the bird equivalent of a voice box, which allows it to harmonize with itself. A single wood thrush singing is producing a duet. You heard it once because it was passing through. The wood thrush breeds in the interior forests of eastern North America and winters in Central America. It visits suburban yards only briefly during migration, sometimes for a single morning, before moving on. Since 1970, wood thrush populations have declined by 59%. The song that stopped you may become rarer. The morning you heard it was not ordinary. You were hearing something that fewer people hear each year. Question 2. A bird visited your feeder every single morning for weeks. Then one day it did not come. You waited. It never came back. Where did it go? The bird is almost certainly the dark-eyed junco, Junco hyemalis. The dark-eyed junco is one of the most common winter birds in North America, an estimated 630 million individual birds. It arrives in your yard each October from its breeding grounds in the boreal forests of Canada and Alaska, and leaves each April as temperature and day length cross a precise biological threshold. The trigger is photoperiod, day length. When the number of daylight hours crosses a specific threshold in spring, a hormonal cascade begins in the junco's brain. Within days, the urge to migrate becomes irresistible. The bird does not choose to leave your feeder. Its biology leaves it no option. The junco that visited your feeder every morning this winter is right now somewhere in the boreal forest of Canada, breeding. It will be back in your yard next October, almost certainly to the same feeder. Research on junco's site fidelity shows individual birds return to the same specific wintering location year after year. Question 3. The backyard birds appear in your yard every spring. One day they are not there. The next day they are. Where were they? For the ruby-throated hummingbird, Archilochus colubris, the answer involves a non-stop flight across the Gulf of Mexico. The ruby-throated hummingbird winters in Central America and Mexico. Each spring, it crosses the Gulf of Mexico, approximately 500 miles of open water, in a single non-stop overnight flight lasting 18 to 22 hours. It does this on fat reserves equivalent to less than a gram of body weight. The hummingbird that appeared at your feeder this morning flew through the night over open ocean. It weighed less than a nickel when it landed. It navigated by stars and magnetic field. And its first stop after 500 miles of ocean was, possibly, your yard. Question 4. A bird looked directly at you, not flying away, not alarmed, just watching, with an expression that felt, and you know how this sounds, like recognition. The bird is the American crow, Corvus brachyrhynchus, and the feeling of recognition was not your imagination. Research from the University of Washington by Dr. John Marsloff demonstrated that American crows can recognize individual human faces, remember them for years, and share that recognition with other crows who have never personally encountered that person. The crow in your yard has a file on you. Crows have been shown to pass cognitive tests at the level of a 7-year-old human child. They use tools, plan for the future, and communicate social information, including information about specific humans across a local population. The crow in your yard is one of the most cognitively sophisticated animals on Earth. Question 5. You heard bird sounds at 2 a.m., full song in the middle of the night, and you thought, what bird sings in the middle of the night? The bird is the northern mockingbird, Mimus polyglottis, Latin for many-tongued mimic. The northern mockingbird is the only common North American songbird that regularly sings through the night. It does this because it can. A mockingbird's repertoire contains between 150 and 200 distinct song types, including imitations of other bird calls, car alarms, creaking gates, and sounds it has heard only once. The night singing is primarily done by unmated males. Research shows that males who sing through the night attract mates significantly faster than those who do not. The bird outside your window at 2 a.m. is not disturbing your sleep. It is auditioning. Question 6. This is the one that unsettles people the most. A bird, always the same bird, taps on your window, repeatedly, sometimes for days. It sees you watching and does not stop. The bird is almost always a northern cardinal, Cardinalis cardinalis, and the behavior has a precise scientific explanation that is stranger than most people expect. The cardinal is not trying to reach you, it is attacking its own reflection. During breeding season, a male cardinal's territorial aggression reaches its peak. The window acts as a mirror. The cardinal sees another male cardinal in its territory and responds by attacking, repeatedly, persistently, sometimes for weeks. The cardinal cannot win this fight. The reflection always matches it perfectly. It attacks, and the intruder attacks back, identically. It has no mechanism to understand that the intruder is itself. The fix? Cover the outside of the window with paper or cotton during breeding season, March through July. Remove the reflection. The cardinal stops immediately. The behavior is not aggression towards you. It is a bird defending its territory from an enemy that does not exist. 6 questions, 6 real birds, 6 answers that have been waiting for you. The bird sounds you heard once and never forgot. The bird that appeared and vanished. The one that stared directly at you. These were not random events. They were specific birds with specific names doing specific things that science now understands. Tell me in the comments, which of these 6 questions was yours? The bird sound, the disappearing bird, the one that stared. I want to know which mystery has been in your head. I read every single one. And if someone in your life has been carrying one of these questions, send us to them because they deserve the answer. I will see you in the next one.